The more you understand what you're doing when you're trying to change something, the easier it becomes to understand why you're doing it. Think of it like this. Learning the why helps with the how. Imagine your brain as a network of roads. When you learn new things, it's like building new roads in your brain. But just like with roads, if you don't use them, they can get rusty and forgotten. So to make sure your new knowledge sticks, you need to practice and teach it to others. If you can't explain it well, it means it's not fully stuck in your brain yet. We want people to rely on science rather than superstition or dogma. By teaching others what they've learned, they're strengthening those new brain connections. It's like installing new software in your brain. Once that knowledge is firmly in place, it changes how you think and feel. You start to feel more confident, grateful, and empowered. This isn't just a mental thing, it affects your body too. You're literally rewiring your brain and body to match what you've learned. And here's the cool part. Once you've done it once, you can do it again and again. By repeating these experiences, you're training your brain and body to work together seamlessly. Eventually, it becomes second nature, like riding a bike. So, in simple terms, it's like this. You learn something new, practice it until it sticks, and then keep practicing until it becomes a natural part of you. And science shows us that this process really works. Learning is like building new roads in your brain. Back in 2000, researchers who won the Nobel Prize found that when you learn something and pay attention to it for about an hour, it doubles the number of connections in your brain. But here's the thing. If you don't keep going over what you've learned, those connections can start to fade away. So, learning is about making those connections, and remembering is about keeping them strong. Imagine you learn something and then teach it to someone else. This exchange of information helps you both understand it better. It's like adding new stitches to a tapestry in your brain. Once those connections are in place, you're ready for experiences related to what you've learned. Experiences make those brain connections even stronger. They also trigger chemicals in your body that make you feel emotions, like happiness or excitement. The stronger the emotion, the more you'll remember the experience. Now, let's talk about thoughts. Some people might not think thoughts are that important, but they actually matter a lot. Most of the time, we have the same thoughts over and over again, leading to the same choices and behaviors. But if you start thinking differently, learning new things and making new choices, you're evolving. And deep down, most people believe in themselves and have dreams they want to achieve. That's what motivates us to wake up each day. It often takes tough times like crises, trauma, illness, betrayal, or loss for a person to hit rock bottom, where nothing seems to make them feel better anymore. It's a moment when they may not want to talk to friends, go out, or even enjoy their usual activities. Material things like fancy cars or clothes don't help either. It's like a wake-up call for the soul. At this point, people can see themselves differently, almost like looking through someone else's eyes. They start noticing their thoughts, actions, and feelings more clearly. This self-awareness moment is called metacognition. Instead of being stuck in this low point, it's better to focus on a positive vision of the future. By imagining and feeling how you want your future to be every day, you can actually change how you feel right now. You don't have to wait for external things to change to feel better. This involves training your mind and heart through practices like meditation to align with your desired future. Most people have dreams for the future, but give up because changing requires thinking, acting, and feeling differently. It's easier to stick to the same old routine even if it's not fulfilling. But stepping out of your comfort zone into something new can feel uncomfortable. Some people prefer to stay in their sadness rather than taking a chance on something better. However, it's crucial to focus on building your future rather than dwelling on the past. If people understood this, they could achieve great things in life. Many have already done it. I believe everyone has had a moment in their life where they did something really amazing. It's when they made a firm decision to change or do something important. The energy and determination they put into that decision made it unforgettable. The stronger the emotion they felt about the change, the better they remembered it. It's like giving their body a preview of the future they want, and they start aligning with that destiny. By repeating this process every day, they start to see real changes in their life. Their body even starts to change to match their new reality. Now let's talk about some common myths that hold people back from changing their behavior or personality. One big myth is that beliefs are fixed and unconscious. Actually, beliefs are just thoughts we keep thinking until they become ingrained in our brains. Many beliefs are based on past experiences, and people often think something external has to change before they can change themselves. But what we've found is that changing inside can lead to changes outside. Another myth is that people wait for external circumstances to change before they can change themselves. This is a limited way of looking at life. When you start changing yourself from within, you become a creator of your own life, not just a victim of circumstances. It's like taking control of your own destiny. Imagine if everyone took responsibility for creating their own life instead of feeling like victims. It might be uncomfortable at first, but it could lead to a big shift in how we see the world. Maybe you're not really taking charge of your life, and instead, you're letting your surroundings control you. Your environment might be dictating how you feel and think. When I talk about creating, I mean being intentional about what you want in your life. Imagine waking up every day and thinking, if my thoughts, actions, and feelings shape my life, then to change my life, I need to change how I think, act, and feel. If this resonates with you so far, subscribe to our channel and don't miss our new videos. Many people try to change their lives without changing themselves, and it doesn't work. You have to become a different person. Instead of just going along with your usual habits and thoughts, try to be aware of them. Think about how you act and react to things. Pay attention to the emotions that drag you down. Decide to be more conscious about it. Beliefs are just thoughts we repeat over and over. So, think about what thoughts you want to have. With practice and focus, you can change your thought patterns. This is where meditation comes in handy. By practicing regularly, you can rewire your brain to think differently. After a while, these new ways of thinking become second nature. You'll start to hear a new voice in your head, one that says, "I can do this." If you notice yourself slipping back into old habits, reflect on what triggered it and how you can handle it differently next time. It's about taking control of your life and choosing how you want to react to situations. If you had another chance, how would you handle things differently? That's the mindset you want to cultivate. Let's break down how beliefs can change. First, when someone decides to change a belief or how they see themselves and their life, it's usually a big, powerful decision. The energy behind this decision is stronger than the usual patterns in their brain and the emotions they're used to feeling. This decision becomes a vivid memory, often remembered for a long time, especially if it's tied to strong emotions. Sometimes, feeling pain or hitting rock bottom is what pushes someone to make this kind of decision. They reach a point where they say, "Enough is enough," and commit to making a change, no matter what. Changing beliefs isn't just about thinking differently. It's about changing your whole state of being. Your body, which has trillions of cells, is constantly paying attention to your brain. Even before you consciously decide to do something, your body might already know. So, if you want to change, you have to send clear signals to your body by changing your state of being. This means not just thinking differently, but feeling differently too. But it's not enough to just understand this intellectually. You have to actually believe it can work for you. Some people get stuck here. They understand the theory, but they don't believe it applies to them personally. This is a crucial moment where you have to step onto the field and prove it to yourself. You have to believe that if it works for others, it can work for you too. This might mean committing to daily practices like meditation, even when you start to doubt or slip back into old habits. Changing your beliefs isn't a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process. You might have to remind yourself multiple times a day to stay aligned with your new beliefs and emotions. But each time you do, you're signaling to your body and brain that this is the new reality you're creating. Eventually, this starts to change your biology and your life. It's important to understand that your environment and emotions play a big role in this process. By changing your emotional state, you can even influence your genes and biology. So, don't underestimate the power of your thoughts and feelings in shaping your reality. The subconscious mind, the part of our brain that stores all our habits and beliefs, opens up twice a day, when we wake up and when we go to bed. During these times, our brain waves change, making it easier to access this deeper part of our mind. This is where meditation comes in handy. By quieting our busy thoughts and getting past the analyzing part of our mind, we can reach this subconscious level where we can make real changes. Our conscious mind, the part we're aware of, is only a small fraction of our total mind. Most of our thoughts and behaviors are driven by our subconscious, which is like an autopilot that runs on past programming. If we try to change using only our conscious mind, it's like trying to update a computer program without accessing the main system. Meditation helps us slow down our brain waves and become more open to new ideas. When we're in this relaxed state, we can start reprogramming our subconscious mind. This isn't something you can force with willpower alone. You can't just repeat positive affirmations and expect them to stick if they don't align with how you truly feel inside. Instead of reaching for our phones first thing in the morning, we can use this time to set a positive tone for the day. By taking a few moments to sit quietly and ask ourselves what kind of person we want to be, we can start to shift our mindset. We can think about the thoughts, behaviors, and emotions we want to focus on and make a conscious decision to embody them throughout the day. This process isn't about forcing ourselves to feel a certain way. It's about becoming more aware of our thoughts and emotions and choosing ones that align with our goals and values. It's a gradual process that takes practice, but over time, it can lead to profound changes in how we think, act, and feel. Can you stay mindful and aware throughout your entire day? If you find yourself getting caught up in distractions and going on autopilot, take a moment to reflect at the end of the day. Ask yourself how you did and use that as motivation to try again tomorrow. The key is practice and repetition. When you start seeing synchronicities and positive changes happening in your life, you won't feel like you have to make an effort anymore. Instead, you'll be excited to keep up the work because you'll see the magic unfolding before your eyes. I'll be honest, I'm guilty of getting sucked into my phone first thing in the morning too. But when I look back on my day and see moments where I reacted in ways I didn't like, I feel determined to make a change. It's like a cycle that keeps repeating until you decide to break it. You have to want to change, though. It won't happen until you're ready and willing to put in the effort. And sure, it might feel hard at first, like trying to learn snowboarding without any lessons. But once you get the hang of it, it becomes easier and even enjoyable. We found a formula that works, and when you start doing it right, it feels amazing. Just look at the data from our community. Their brain scans and heart measurements show that they're experiencing genuine happiness and fulfillment. Ultimately, what we all want is to feel whole and complete. When you achieve that sense of wholeness, you stop chasing after external things because you realize that everything you need is already within you. And the best part is, anyone can learn to achieve this state of balance and harmony. If you found value in this video and it's helped you on your journey to becoming the best version of yourself, I'd like to ask for your support. Please consider sharing this video with your friends, family, and anyone else who might benefit from its message. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you resonated with what you heard. Your support helps us reach more people and spread these empowering ideas further. Now, I'm curious to hear from you. What was your biggest takeaway from this video? How did it impact you and your perspective on personal growth and change? Share your thoughts, experiences, and opinions in the comments below. Let's start a conversation and support each other on this amazing journey of transformation. Together, we can create a community of like-minded individuals who are committed to living their best lives and making a positive difference in the world. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you.